What is a buyer contingency? I'm Caitlin McKegg. I'm a real estate broker here in Phoenix, Arizona, and today we're talking about a buyer contingency. Don't get this confused with contingencies in the contract. I made another video about that, but today we're talking about what it's like to be a contingent buyer. And sellers, listen up, because this is for you too. So a buyer contingency is a situation where you want to buy a house, but you need the funds from your current house to be able to purchase that new house. In this scenario, you are a contingent buyer. When writing an offer as a contingent buyer, there are two different ways to do this in Arizona. You can be contingent on your house being listed and getting under contract and eventually sold, or you can just be contingent on the house selling because it's already under contract. As you can imagine, being contingent on the house selling when it's already under contract is a much stronger offer than being at the very beginning stages of listing your home. With both of these options, there are deadlines for the sale to go through or for your house to get under contract, and these will be managed by your realtor. As you can imagine, there's a lot of communication that's required through this process from both your realtor selling the house, the realtor helping you buy the house, and the listing agent of the house that you're buying. As you can imagine, there are a lot of moving pieces in this puzzle, so it's important to really trust your realtor to manage those deadlines, both with the house that you're selling and the house that you're buying. Now, as a seller, if you receive a contingent offer on your house, you want to make sure to look at the addendum that comes with the contract that explains how contingent this buyer is. In that addendum, you'll see whether or not they're contingent on their house being listed or their house actually selling. And it will also outline those deadlines as to when that buyer needs to get their house under contract or closed. It's very common to be a contingent buyer, and in this market, you actually have an option to do so. If we think back to the last 2 years when things were really crazy, it was very hard to be a contingent buyer in that environment. So if you're in this situation and want to get some more detail on how this process works, check the description below and you can set up a discovery call with our team to talk more about the next steps. So that's the breakdown of being a contingent buyer, and for sellers, as I said, this is important for you to understand as well. Thank you for watching this video. I'm Caitlin McKegg with the Desert Dreamers team.